In this video, I'm going to be analyzing every touch from my Sunday League game in the hope that I get better. Alright, first touch of the game. I bring it down real nice, real Neymar-like, but I'm not Neymar, so I take my second touch straight into the stands. It's Sunday League. It's forbidden to string together two good touches. I had the right idea though. Taking my touch here would take me away from the pressure and allow me to pass the ball back and move into space. Alternatively, if I wanted to turn and face the goal, I could take my third touch diagonally toward the center and look for my forward or play a big switch to the opposite wing. But let's be honest, my cross would never make it there. Now this next play exemplifies today's theme, confidence. I get the ball from my center mid, bring it under control, face my defender, but then choose to play it back to my center mid and move into space. At first glance, this doesn't seem like the worst play, right? Yeah, maybe for a cuck, which is why I did it. The sex havers approach, however, would look more like this. After receiving the ball and facing the defender, we can see I have a lot of space down the line and diagonally toward the goal. This moment right here is the perfect opportunity to throw off the defender. With a slowdown of pace, I could interject it with a burst of speed and take it toward the goal and cross it into a dangerous area. Now again, my play was not the worst, it was just a little beta. But even then, it was not executed properly. Once I pass it off, look at my movement and body language. I get into the right space, I have a clear passing lane, however, I'm staring off into the distance, congratulating myself on my single completed pass. If I just turned around and called for the ball, Matthias, my center mid, could play it to me, allowing me to take my touch here and either blast it miles over the crossbar or square it to someone who's actually competent. My third touch of the game is exactly what I should have done in that last play. I go down the line and just send it into a dangerous area, almost resulting in our first goal, except some poltergeist seems to knock both these guys over. Also, just wanted to mention, I am left-footed, but this cross was with my right. So, did someone say ambidextrous? Moving on, I use my body well to shield the ball and hold it up until my full back starts making a run. I then play it into a stride, which works out well, and then go on a casual 33-mile-per-hour dash with perfect form. I then receive the ball back and... yikes. It looked so good for a little. Again, this goes back to confidence. I recognize that I'm weirdly close to the goal. So let's not squander the opportunity, and instead... squander the opportunity. Despite clearly not having a preferred foot evident by my cross earlier, I prefer my left foot. So much so that I'll actively sabotage myself if it means my right foot can go back to being exclusively cosmetic. Right here, you can see that I have two very clear options. I have all this space in front of me. All I have to do is just take a touch toward goal, and I'm in an extremely favorable position. It actually looks like I could have achieved that first touch with my left, but would mean I would have to shoot it with my right, which isn't safe. So we're not going to do that. Or the second option, Marcos, my forward, is making a great run. Playing the ball here would set him up to be in a 1v1 with the keeper and will most surely be a goal. However, I'd have to make that pass with my right, which again is a safety hazard. Instead, I'll just do the equivalent of crashing your car into the only cactus in the entire desert. A moment of silence for whatever this next play is. What the fuck? For some reason, because the ball is played a bit behind me, rather than just running back and putting it under control, I subject my appendages to some weird contortion in order to pass the ball into the most congested part of the field. Genius. I think maybe my intention was to play to my midfielder here, who is in a great position for a 1-2. However, with the ball being played behind me, I should have just adapted and looked for a new option. Play number 5. I treat this ball as if it were a bowling ball, and that if I were to touch it before it bounced, that it would just shatter every bone in my body. By fearing the ball and letting it bounce, I'm giving time for the defensive line to put pressure on us. Had I taken this out of the air quicker, I would have given me more time and space to figure out where to play this out. Because of the time wasted, this header back is instantly put under pressure by the two defenders, and Nick is dispossessed. Here's a simple play. I see my left wing is open, play it to him, and continue my run. Simple. Good. Here's another simple play. Simply horrible. Why am I moving like this? It looks like my controller has disconnected. Like, just run. Look at all this space here, man. Just dribble. Just believe in yourself. At least I do end up reconnecting to the server and use my body well to not get dispossessed. So I guess there's a silver lining. Here we have another exhibit of a man who is petrified of the idea of controlling the ball from the air. Again, letting it bounce lets this defender put pressure on me. However, I will give myself some credit because I at least use this time to scan and then head it to a teammate, which I then receive back and then play out of pressure to my forward. I continue my run and oh my god, do my eyes deceive me, I actually touch the ball before it bounces. Except the touch is dog shit. Maybe that's why I don't do it. Not because I'm scared, but because I'm dog shit. Let's take a look at this in multiple segments. The first thing I should have done is bring it under control here, either with my chest or feet into this space. I then should just play the ball back to my right full back to relieve pressure on this right side. My header connects with my mid, but take a look at how congested this side is. The ball makes it back to me, but we both almost get dispossessed in a dangerous area, which is why, although this works out, it's not the best decision. Then during this moment, I just need to bring the ball down and continue running down the line. I have no clue what I was trying to achieve in this moment, so let's just move on. Next play, I take an awkward touch toward the line and pass it back to my mid, which is fine. He plays it out to our forward, who is under pressure by 2 players, and let's pause here and talk about off-the-ball movement. So right now, it looks like I'm a large cat stalking its prey, whereas I should look like a 25-year-old human man playing soccer. You can see that there are 2 major empty spaces here that would make sense for me to occupy. We first have the obvious one, which is to just run down the line, which as a winger should be my natural instinct. Or the second option, to take my touch out here, set myself up for my left, and either take a shot from distance or try to split the defense. But again, I'm currently in the headspace of a feline mimicking the footsteps of a small antelope. So instead, I just stand there doing nothing. Here is how we get our first goal. Notice that I am on the bench. Matthias plays a beautiful through ball to our forward Marco, who then takes it first time and slips it past the keeper. Here's me hitting the gritty, cringe. And here we finally have something positive to say. The play starts off with Matthias dribbling by 2 players and moving toward the center of the field. I'm off screen here, so let's take a look at an alternate angle. Here you can see me notice the space in front of me, so I call out to Matthias and attack the opening. He spots my run, passes it right into my stride, and I take it first time. Unfortunately, the strike ended up being just okay and was a comfortable save for the goalie. But hey, a shot on goal. At this point, we'll take anything. I call this next play a hypocrite's gamble. You can see Kirk has the ball in the center of our half. I show him the let's chill out and take our time sign, aka I'm tired, please don't pass to me. But the bastard passes to his open teammate like some asshole. Now surely I just hold up the ball, right? No, I just boot it out to my forward and make it his problem. The best option here would be to just hold up the play until I get a clear passing lane, or just give it back to Kirk. This next play is another example of good off-the-ball movement. We start playing out from the back here after their set piece from a corner, and I notice that they are shortened the defense. I activate Super Nitrous, extending those gazelle legs to their full range of motion, and I get scared because the keeper gets close to me. You can see by this frame that I would have easily beaten the keeper had I not surrendered the game of chicken immediately. I actually end up blocking his clearance, but you can see that my little baby legs have given up on me, and I just stand there as the ball practically begs to be tapped in. The keeper has also just given up entirely, so if I had even the slightest amount of willpower, this would have been a goal. Moving on, I find myself in a great position. I receive the ball a little later than I wanted to, and then I get called offside. And thank God I did, because I sure as hell didn't know that, and this was my honest attempt at a finish. Here I drop back deep to assist the defense. I play a 1-2 with my forward and start driving it down the line toward the goal. I then start feeling some pressure from behind, so I decide to cut back to beat him against his momentum. I then miss this fantastic run by my other winger Anthony and just pass it back to our forward, completely killing the momentum of our play. It finds its way back to me, and then... So, what could I have done differently? In an ideal world, I just keep going toward goal and do not do this cutback. I can definitely outpace this defender. Now, to be fair, I would have had a lot to do. My only support is our forward Marco. I have 3 defenders in front of me and 1 coming in from behind. So the slowdown is not the worst decision. Unfortunately, once cutting back, I do not get my head up and completely miss the exact thing I was looking for. Support. Anthony makes a great run into space. He's completely open. Had I passed it to him, we could have opened up the field and he would have been in a much better position. Next play. I win the ball in the middle of the pitch. It looks like I'm about to take off, but then I remember I haven't done that stupid momentum-killing cutback in a while. So I do the stupid momentum-killing cutback, and surprise, surprise, I almost lose possession. I do end up breaking a dude's ankle though, so all good. In an ideal world, I just keep running forward, but at this point in the game, the pizza I had last night was kicking in. However, even with that in mind, looking at this frame, we can see my forward John is completely open in front of me. So if I want to relieve myself of the pressure from this defender, playing it to him would do that and keep the momentum going forward. This next clip is a great run by one of their midfielders. It's something that I wish I did all game. He takes a direct path toward goal, squaring the ball into a dangerous area, and it takes a deflection off one of our defenders, tying up the score 1-1. Next is a simple moment. I get the ball, dribble a bit, they apply pressure, so I play it back to my right back. All good here. Here, I receive the ball. My first touch could have been better, more in my stride, but I push forward. I get my head up, spot our forward Lyndon making a run toward goal, and send in an absolute Kevin De Bruyne type cross. But unfortunately, nothing comes of the opportunity. However, not even 5 minutes later, we get another chance. Linden receives the ball from Matthias, sets himself up perfectly, and sends it in the back of the net, putting us back up at 2-1. I end up dropping deep to help out the defense and to try to hold our lead. I get the ball and just easily play the ball up to our midfielder. I then continue my run all the way across the pitch for the overlap, and then send the ball in. But unfortunately, it goes too close to the keeper. I did not get my head up. Here, again, I'm dropped deeper. I manage to intercept the ball, then just do a casual whatever the fuck this is, and then try to play the ball to my forward, but their defender gets a touch on it. Next play, I once again managed to intercept the ball, but I instantly kind of slow down because I was expecting the whistle for a handball since their player called for it, and everyone knows that in Sunday League, 80% of the calls are a result of just gaslighting the ref. The ref holds steady, however, and I do not hear a whistle, so I continue the play. I finally progress toward the goal correctly, taking the most direct diagonal path. I get deep inside the box, try to send in a simple cutback, but the ball just ricochets off the defender's leg, and then to top it off, bounces off me for a goal kick. Obviously, first note would be to play for the whistle. If I didn't psych myself out, I would have covered a lot more ground quicker. Once I'm around here, I think I should have just blasted at the keeper and let the forwards deal with the rebound. The cutback is also a fine idea. The pass just needed to come sooner and be better. Next play, we get a free kick. Matthias sends it in. Linden manages to get a soft touch on the ball despite being covered by 2 defenders, and I manage to react quickly and attack the loose ball. But the defender manages to get a great block on it and deflects it away. I don't think there's much I could have done different other than maybe position myself a little closer to the goal so I could have gotten to that rebound quicker. Here's one of the final plays of the game. The ball comes to me from the keeper, and I just fucked this up so incredibly bad. Not only do I make this weird decision about how to take this ball, I also foul a player on top of that. Now, this late in the game, a foul from here should just be inconsequential, right? Not a big deal, right? They tie it up straight from the free kick. To be fair, I don't think my foul caused these 2 players to be standing completely free with not a single defender within a 5-mile radius, but it was the catalyst. So let's break it down. It's the final couple minutes. I'm gassed. All we have to do is just defend our lead. Before I receive the ball, I look and I see the midfielder approach me. I then turn and face him, basically just handing the ball right to him, and then bring him down. I mean, what could I have done differently? Now, the ball is coming from behind me and not with a lot of pace, so I do have to turn to get the ball. But look at this frame here. Where is the space and where is the pressure coming from? There is one forward who is tracking back, and then there's the midfielder running in from here. I have all this space here, so I can make a couple plays. First, when a player's coming at you like that, you should always use your body to shield the ball. With the pace of the ball and with the objective being to hold our lead, my best touch would be here. Puts me in a space and my body shields the ball. I would then also have the option to do what I could have done to begin with and just play the ball back to my left back here. Anyway, 2-2, the final play of the game. I receive the ball in the middle of the pitch. I am determined to right my wrong. I take a great second touch straight in my stride. The boosters are on, and then I blast it far out and guide it smoothly into the waiting arms of the goalkeeper. Wonderful. Whistle blows, game ends 2-2. This final frame perfectly wraps up our thesis today of confidence. I am one-on-one with this defender, and I've got the pace on him. If I take this touch towards goal here, I fully believe I would have beat him and been one-on-one with the keeper. Too bad, I'm just a little piss baby. Thank you, and subscribe.